Hi everybody, welcome back. We are going to start the I swear my words lately have just not been great. The design team project for Amy at Crafty Cat for the month of April. I'm pretty excited about this one. We're gonna do an ephemera pouch or giant envelope, you could say. I'm inspired by several people for this. I'm inspired by the Happy Mail that Melody sent me. I'm inspired by Artie Mays and Gail and Amy and Rachel. And so let's go ahead and dig in at what we've got in here, and then I will show you how I made it. So this first item is a file folder that I've altered and turned into large pockets. I got the idea from Artie Mays. She just created one of these. And before, I have also seen Lori, Girl on the Ridge, and Amy at Crafty Cat do altered file folders, but I think they keep theirs pretty big. I think even Artie Mays's was bigger than this. This guy, I wanted to keep small on purpose. So 6.5 by 5 3/8, 5.5. And in this front pocket, it's stuffed full. We've got a printed tag, a flinch card, some Tim Holtz, and a calling card. In the second pocket, we've got another like ticket shape. This is Tracy Fox. This is a Hermelinda tag that I just put some bits on from Amy at Crafty Cat's, her ephemera from one of her kits. And then it opens for journaling. And then in this in the top pocket, we've got this I found on one of the free sites that you can get graphics on. It wasn't Graphics Fairy, it was the Biodiversity Heritage website. This is Tracy Fox. This is just a whole bunch of coffee dyed paper and a printed, and it's just a small little notebook for notes. Coffee dyed paper and kids drawing paper, ledger. Yeah, and so it's just a small little, this one was like 3.25 by 5, just over 5. And then in the back pocket, we have, this is from the Graphics Fairy, not the premium member site. And then here is an envelope from one of the kits from Crafty Cat that we're going to use for this. And so inside I've got a Tim Holtz pocket. I found a book of receipts on Etsy that I purchased, and then a collage journaling card on the front. And so that's just one portion of the ephemera. It's quite a bit of ephemera. So I'm just going to take all of this, put it in here. Instead of putting it all back, I'll do that later. Okay, and then this one, I was inspired by Gail, and she, in her jumbo for her alphabet challenge, J for Jumbo, she took a very large tag. I think these are the 8x4 size, and she just scored it and then collaged on it. And so that's what I've done. And inside, we've got, this is just like an extra from something, Tim Holtz, a calling card, a Graphics Fairy ticket, this Tim Holtz, and then this came in a book of receipts that I am slowly but surely cutting out, and so that'll go in there. This is also from Gail. This is one of her creativation make and takes. I'm having a ton of fun creating this. In this top pocket, we've got a Tim Holtz wallpaper tag, more receipts, more printed ephemera from the Graphics Fairy, a calling card. I guess it just spoiled that I was making this for Laura, right? And then in that front pocket, all I did was put her name on this. This is from the Graphics Fairy also. Got a vintage card. We've got some cigarette cards, another calling card, and then this is a bit of Crafty Cat paper. And that one, and this one, it's just a little craft sack, just a small one. We've got bits and bobs from recent kits that I've created with, just like, it's just a file folder, and then a couple of faux stamps that I created. This is a TN tall pocket and a little bit of trim. So I'm going to show you guys how I made all of this, and we're going to start with the sack that we're going to put it all in. I made this one out of that faux antique paper that I got on Amazon. The first time I bought it, I didn't realize that they were 24 inches long. And so that was my last piece of paper that I used for that. So for this one, DCWV was either last year or the year before came out with like the rolls of decorative paper, and they're kind of shiny, but that's the only large paper that I had at the moment. And the reason why you need it large is for this. This is, I don't even know if this can be all on screen. So 12 right there, 16-ish inches. And then I cut it at almost 9 tall. I eyeballed how wide I wanted it, and then just folded this side and then folded that side. And then I put it in my scoreboard, scored at 1 inch up, and then took off these edges. And then I inked all around it, and then we're done. I'm going to put some glue over here and along this spot here too. So that way you're not going to get caught with that big flap. And you may not have needed them that large, but it will give that bit some stability. The other piece of paper that I made in an envelope kind of seems a little warped. I mean, it's just very, it's probably because I stuffed it too full, but that's okay. All right, and so now we've got our pouch. That's it, we're done. We can put anything we want in here. And we're gonna start, next we're gonna go to the altered file folder. I took one file folder. Here, let me see if I can reach it. This is the cutoff. This was up here. And so I wanted it 5.5 wide, so I just cut it at 5.5. And then you basically get this. Okay? And so I kept those together because I wanted that to hold whatever notepad or journal we put in there. And then I just took this and stuck it in that bottom of the file folder. Wow, I'm so sorry I'm not explaining this well. And then I had extra file folder laying around, so I cut it 5.5 wide to put an extra pocket in here. So, and then I punched these with this here and this one here with my envelope punch board. So there you go. That's exactly how I made the one for my ephemera pouch. And then all you got to do is cover it with collage paper. And so I've got a whole bunch of stuff printed from Amy's kits. I have papers from Antique Posy, her vintage ads, her Easter bonnet, her Valentine's, I didn't write that one down, Winter Wonder, and Old Paper Volume 2. So I've got a lot of those in here, and instead of printing a journal, I'm just going to take this sack. It just came from Melody, and I'm going to turn that into a journal, and that'll be a lot of fun. and that'll just slide in here. Yeah, and I mean, let's just get to it. I don't know how long I'll have today, but we will definitely start with collaging. Oh, look at that, cool. And just go as far as we can. Okay, and I am going to continually ink around everything that I'm going to put down. And I can't find my glue stick. Okay. That is okay. I order them by the 4-pack. All right. So I hope you're all doing well. Now that we're, what, 10 minutes into the video, I'm sorry. Okay. Ink all around this. I got really bummed out. I had made the lace journal that I just completed. I had to pause in the middle of it to make more ephemera for it. I just didn't have, I don't have the, I guess, space for doing really long videos. I like to keep them in that, like, no more than 25-minute mark. And so in order to avoid a really long video, I just turned off the video and made the journaling cards and then turned it back on. And I was like, okay, here we go. Let's finish decorating the journal together. And that entire video is sideways. And I know better now than to actually make sideways videos. And so I don't want to post it. So we just did a flip through of it, and it turned out really, really pretty. I love how the journal turned out. We're going to need to do the back of this also. I love this. So we could do that, but we're going to need just a little bit more on that edge. Actually, what if I took off on purpose a little bit more off of here, and then we can do a bigger piece of, let's say, music, something like that. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Yeah, so we just did the flip through of the journal, and I'll just post that. I got some really lovely Happy Mail too. And so that will, I'm not sure when that's going to go up. Okay, we're going to use this. Oh, wait. I did not mean to get any of that blue. I only wanted the words. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this and measure how long we need, or how wide we need. And then we'll put that on the edge. Cool beans. So we're good. Everybody's safe and healthy here. My oldest son still is working. He works fast food, so they have lowered his hours, but I think it's kind of par for the course for what's going on right now. We finally sold the house we had in Maryland. I'm glad to be rid of that. That was annoying. Just the process of it, especially getting a notary during quarantine, or lockdown rather. That was interesting. I've been also making masks, and I've realized that I don't get the same amount of stress relief from sewing as I do from paper crafting. So I've been trying to pay attention to what actually gives me relief from all the stress and anxiety that I just generally have all of the time. So that way I can better use the tools and the coping skills that I have. A little tiny bit of that book went on and transferred. And so I'm just trying to get that off. I mean, you could probably just distress ink over that and use it as texture. I think that would work. So there, pretty piece on the front, pretty piece on the back, and then we'll go, and now it's this guy's turn. And so for this guy, this is Amy's new Easter bonnet kit. And I think we're going to use this one for this side. And I think we're also, okay. Instead of having a lot of blue space up at the top, since we've only got 2 inches to work with for visual space, I'm not going to waste, okay, so it's not waste, but I'm not going to have this plain blue take up any of that space. So now I'll just place this on here. I hope that, I mean, I want you to do your paper crafting in the way that makes you happy. You do not have to do what I do, ever. And always feel free to make anything that you see here. I don't have restrictions on that. I enjoy sharing my ideas and being a part of the community. So go for it. I was going somewhere with that. I have no idea where. Yeah, oh, right. My thought process behind which part of the paper I cut out. I hope you enjoy hearing that. And you probably don't need to distress the bottom, but I like to ink. So we're going to ink the entire thing. Change our paper. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow. I was really not prepared for this. I didn't even realize how little my glue book had gotten. Okay. Yeah, so we're all good. It's pretty stressful, but I think everybody's kind of at that space though, right? I mean, everybody's stressed out right now. Oh, okay. Put that up here. And then I'm just going to tug it a little bit to kind of make more space on this side. Okay. We're almost 20 minutes. Okay. And then this is the last one here. Oh, no, wait. We've got the back side of that, which I forgot to ink, and this side. And I think for that, we're going to use the Antique Posy. This bright pink is so pretty. Yep, yep. Okay. I have the 3750, the Epson, and so my printer can print borderless, but when I'm doing collaging, sometimes I still like to have that altered edge, and so I'm still cutting everything up. Okay, so tearing off the edges, I mean, okay. Off to the side. And I think I'm just going to put probably a tag, nope, not a tag, a label or something right there, just to fill in that space a little bit more. Okay, ink all around this. And we are up on that 20-minute-ish. We're right at 19. So I'm going to glue this down and then I guess come back and do a part 2, and we'll make the entire thing together on video. I've got the time and space right now, so I'm gonna, yeah, because I'll have to go find a new glue book to glue on. And then we'll come back and make more of that ephemera. They're really not my ideas. They're just really beautiful things that I saw that I wanted to play with and make also. And I don't know what I'm going to do. With this one, the first one that I created is going to go for a swap that I'm doing with Laura for some coffee dyed paper. She's going to send me paper. I'm going to send her ephemera. I think it's perfect because it hurts me to coffee dye paper. But I can sit down in my craft room and make ephemera all day long and be, well, okay, no, not all day long. Like, I get a good 2 hours of crafting in before I got to go take a break. Right now, we are up to this point here. I don't leave them. There's a little bit of glue right there, which I will take my glue eraser to. Yeah, so there's this. We'll do some more inking around it. I don't let them all dry together in a pile like this. I space them out because sometimes the glue stick does transfer. And then there's that. So when we come back, we're going to ink, or well, we'll cover this part. Maybe with this. I like that. And I think that'll go well on the back. Yeah, so we'll be right back. Thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of this journey. I appreciate you all. I'm so thrilled to be a part of this. I hope you are all happy and healthy, and we will see you next time. Bye.